Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo from thepaperpixie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the US. And in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you this really cool no glue treat box. The finished measurements are 2 inches by 2 inches by 3/4 of an inch. And inside this box, let me show you how it opens. I have 3 Ghirardelli squares. Now these are the Ghirardellis that don't have the filling. If you get the ones that do have filling, I think you can only fit 2 of them. But I love how this box goes together. It is similar to no glue treat boxes that I've shared before. The difference is that these diagonally scored pieces actually fold on the outside, and it gives it that really cool look to the front of the box. Now I'm using one of our gold library clips to hold the lid together. You could punch a hole and tie a ribbon. You could use magnets, all sorts of things, but I love how this came out. So let me show you how easy this is to make. We're going to start with a piece of Tranquil Textures Designer Series paper. This piece measures 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. Along the 4 3/4 side, we're going to score this at 2 inches and 2 3/4. If you just wanted to remember one measurement, you could just score it at 2, rotate it 180 degrees and score it at 2 again. Now along the 7 3/4 inch side, we're gonna score this at 7/8, 2 7/8, 4 7/8, and 6 7/8. And let me bring in the template really quick. We're gonna do 2 short score lines. So from the right, I'm going to score it 1/2 inch, but only down to the first horizontal score line, like so. So 1/2 inch, stopping at that first horizontal score line. Then we're going to rotate this 180 degrees, like this. And again, scoring it at 1/2 inch, stopping at that first horizontal score line. Okay, next we're going to fold and burnish on all the score lines that go all the way across the paper. Like so. And then we're going to come in and cut away. So I'm going to look at it from the back side because it is easier to see the score lines from the back side. Along the short side, I'm going to cut up each of the vertical score lines, but stop at that first horizontal line that goes all the way across. So I'm just going to start on one side and go ahead and do that. And then this small piece, we're just going to notch it in. That's going to be one of the tabs. And then the piece that doesn't have the short score line, we're going to go ahead and remove that completely. Like so. So let me show you the template. All right, we're going to do the same thing to the other short end. So cutting up those 2 vertical score lines, notching in that little tab, and then removing the section that doesn't have the score line. Like that. All right, now let's go ahead and do our diagonal score lines, and we can actually just do these manually. So I've got this in portrait mode. I'm going to fold on the first score line from the right, and then I'm going to take this score line here, so the horizontal score line, and meet it up with the vertical folded edge. And that's how we're going to create our diagonal. You can either put your fingernail in there or take the tip of your bone folder just to get that started. And I'll show you this closer to the camera. I'll come in and burnish. So again, we took that horizontal score line, meeting it up with the folded vertical edge, like so. And that then creates this diagonal score line. We'll do the same thing to the opposite side. Again, meeting up those score lines on the diagonal, like so. Do the same thing on the opposite side. We've got 4 sections that we're doing this to. Like so. Now the next thing we're going to do is just pop these out in the other direction and then burnish that way. That just basically gets those diagonal score lines going in the other direction so they can fold on the outside of the box. And then on these short score lines, we're going to fold the opposite way we think. So we're folding basically backwards on them. And again, that's that little tab we're going to attach the gold library clip to. Like so. Now I'm going to put this off to the side. We're going to start to work on our decorations. First, we've got the gold library clip, and I'm going to use the Fresh Fig mini ruffled ribbon. And I'm just going to cut about, I don't know, I'm eyeballing it, 3 to 4 inch piece of ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a basic knot on one side of this gold library clip. Like so, and we'll put that off to the side. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping with a big thank you stamp set. We're going to do the sentiment, grateful every day for you. Now I've got 2 pieces of cardstock here. First, this is Balmy Blue cut to 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. I'm just going to cut this on the diagonal from corner to corner. And then a Whisper White piece that measures 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. We're going to do the same thing, cutting on the diagonal from corner to corner. And this is going to be where we're going to stamp our sentiment. We got an extra one for the next box that we make. So using the retiring Fresh Fig ink, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment, grateful every day for you, here on the diagonal Whisper White piece. And then using my liquid glue, I'm just going to adhere those 2 diagonal pieces together. All right, now let's get ready to put our box together. I'm going to grab my 3 Ghirardelli squares. I do also think that this will fit after 8 mints as well. I just don't know how many of them. We're going to place those in the center, and the way this box goes together is you're going to take the diagonal section that doesn't have the extra length on the top, and that's going to fold over first, then the one with the extra length at the top. Then we'll do the opposite side on the front, like so. And then we'll fold in the tabs, pinch the lid closed, and add our gold library clip. Look at how cute that box is. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to glue our sentiment using liquid glue right here in the corner. How awesome is that no glue treat box that holds Ghirardelli squares or after 8 mints, and I'm sure you'll come up with all kinds of other treats that this can hold. Again, the finished size that can hold something is 2 inches by 2 inches by 3/4 of an inch. I love the way this box goes together. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video. If you're interested in purchasing any of the Stampin' Up! Products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. And I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post with all project measurements, details, and a picture of the template. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com, where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. I have options to subscribe to both my monthly newsletter as well as my daily blog updates, and I'd love to welcome you as a new subscriber. You can shop with me anytime at thepaperpixie.com/shop, and if you'd like a discount on your Stampin' Up! Purchases, the starter kit is the ultimate bundle, and I'd love to welcome you to my team of Paper Pixies. You can purchase the starter kit at thepaperpixie.com/join. If you don't already have a demonstrator and you'd like a complimentary copy of one of our catalogs, you can submit a request at thepaperpixie.com/catalogs. If you give this project a try, I'd love to see what you made, so feel free to share it on social media with the hashtag #PaperPixie, and I'll be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.